with projects. I'm here to discuss about mathematical concepts like derivation of areas of basic geometric shapes, which upon square, rectangle, triangle. And at the end of this session, I'm going to discuss about derivation of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, let's go into the definitions. So square which has all sides are equal and each side is perpendicular to each other, right? So similarly, rectangle whose opposite sides are only equal and each side is perpendicular to each other. And we have several types of triangles: scalar triangle, right angle triangle, isosceles triangle. You know scalar triangle whose all sides are different, isosceles triangle any two sides are equal, and a right angle triangle whose height is perpendicular to base. So it is a similar one whose height is perpendicular to base, and this is called hypotenuse. Adjacent side with when it's called an angle, and this is the opposite side to the angle. Initially I wanna just discuss about basic concepts like multiplication and division. So what is multiplication? So repeated addition is called multiplication, like adding upon 1 to 10 times it becomes 10, right? So it is 10 multiplied with 1, so that is multiplication. What is division? Repeated subtraction is called division. So to generalize this, when 4 upon 2 is equals to 2, because 2 can be subtracted from 4 2 times only. What about 10 upon 2? It's become 5, because 2 can subtracted from 10 5 times, right? So this is the generalizing of basic concepts in mathematics. Now coming to the derivation part of rectangular area. So initially I'm taking a line with a length x. So I am dividing the line of x times, which gives me unit. So when line x is divided upon x times, so then we are getting each part as unit distance, right? Similarly, a line with length a is swept along some distance, then to the initial position and to the final position it has covered some part, right? That is called area. So when it is covered a distance of x, then the line is swept over the distance x, so it will be a added upon a to x times, which gives a result of a into x. So into the derivation, when x is replaced with b, we are getting a times b, that is ab. So this is a derivation of rectangle. Okay, now coming to the derivation part of square whose all sides are equal and each side is perpendicular to each other, right? So I am picking a side length of a, then the area must be a times a. So the powers are added, it will be a power 2. So we are calling it a square because we have derived it from the shape square, right? So we are calling a square. That's it. This is a pretty simple one. And now we are getting in die of right angle triangle whose height is perpendicular to base. I am assuming a and b and it is c. So let's assume a rectangle of side AB, and I am divided with a diagonal which divides the rectangle into two equal halves. So it will be identical to same as right angle triangle, right? So the area will be AB upon 2. So the right angle triangle area is AB upon 2. Okay, now it's the final part, that is Pythagoras theorem. So we know from our childhood we have learned the basic formula: a square plus b square is equal to c square. That means opposite side square plus adjacent side square is equals to hypotenuse square. We can read in a different way. Let's see. A into a, that means a square, right? So it may be a side length of a for a square. B into b and side length of b for a square. C into c, similarly. So we can read it: when two areas of a square are added, then the result will be a square area, that means which is bigger than the two squares. So initially I am assuming a right angle triangle with a, b and c of side lengths. So I'm taking four similar triangles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let these are solid parts arranged to form a square with side length a plus b. So the area of the square will be a plus b whole square, right? So what is the third side of this triangle? C, C, C and C. So these are perpendicular, right? So then this is a square with a side length C. Then the remaining part area is C square, right? Okay, it's pretty easy. And now I'm changing the orientation, that means the orientation of the triangles in a new pattern. So here side A, B, B and A, and this will be C, right? And this is also C, B, A, B. So we can see this is seems to be like a square which was cut, right? So here part is missing, so it will be a square with a side length a. So then the area will be a square of this small square, and this is a square with a side length b. This will be a b square, right? So this is area of this one. So what is the total area of this square, right? A plus b whole square. So something we have seen here. So from here these two squares are having equal area and same triangular parts are used, so the remaining area must be equal from the both squares. So here remaining part is c square, so that must be equal to the sum of these additional remaining parts, a square plus b square. Hence proved. Sounds crazy, right? So if you want to learn such a some basic topics in a new way, then subscribe to our channel, Learn with Projects. Thank you.